Man, this chapter right here is what can I say? Full of unexpected twists and turns. Now, it's a fact that Kuma and his daughter has been through one hell of a journey of life and death and twists and turns, but at the end of the day, father and daughter will eventually find their way towards each other. Now, for this chapter, man, it's been a roller coaster. This may be the last chapter where we get Kuma's backstory. Who knows? I mean, probably next time after the break is over. But let's jump right into it. One Piece chapter 1102, The Life of Kuma. Now, chapter already starts off where Bonney has now entered the Grand Line, or starts wearing their Grand Line. But it looks like they're in Logtown. That's where they first stopped at. And she says, "No doubt about it, Bonney," or one of her crewmates, "Kumachi's here. Quit calling me by my name. I'm the captain, ain't I?" Okay, Captain, then. It looks like there are Marines here, too. Alright, man. The Bonney Pirates is what they actually are called, have arrived. We got orders to bring them in immediately, is what the Marines said. They say the last city they attacked was packed with injured seniors, and even little children. They're the worst type of scum. And we see Bonney using her devil fruit to age the men to old and young, and to babies too. And you just see Kuma in the alleyway or on top of one of the roofs. A big guy, yeah, I've seen him. He was on the outskirts of town. And Kuma is now, it just looks like they're in a log town. Kuma's in log town and just remembers, "I can't see you, Bonney. Please understand." So it's basically tag. If Bonney catches up with Kuma, she got a lot to say to her father. But what she doesn't know is that her father, Kuma, is trying to keep her away from him because of the government. Government can switch on his function just like that and say, "Go kill her," just like that. Or have all Marines kill Bonney. Or have even Kizaru or one of the admirals kill her, or announce it too. Maybe I'm on the right track, probably not. But it's hard to believe you became a pirate of all things, but you mustn't chase after him. So she became a pirate to find her father. Case and closed. Then she says, "Where the hell did he go? We've already been dubbed pirates. We might as well keep searching, even if it takes a while, right, Captain?" And Bonney says, "If we're gonna take it slow, then I wanna look for Nika too." Imagine Daddy's face when I tell him I found Nika at so and so island. Don't you think he'll be thrilled? So and so island? Well, speaking of that, meanwhile in the East Blue, having crushed the vicious fishermen of Arlong pirates, "Alright, I got a bounty!" Straw Hat Luffy has stepped into the spotlight. Straw Hat Luffy, and we all remember this from the anime and the manga, but in the anime, Luffy received his first bounty after defeating Arlong in the Arlong part. Straw Hat Luffy, 30 million berry bounty on his head, dead or alive. And you see Usopp in the background with holding his poster. And how everybody reacts to this, well, you get to see Dragon's conversation. "You going to Logtown? What for?" No, Dragon says, "No particular reason. Who's in charge there?" That would be Captain Smoker. So Smoker is based, if you don't remember, Smoker is based in Logtown. So that's where he captures pirates that's going to the Grand Line, or on their way to the Grand Pirate Graveyard, as you can say. And Smoker's looking at the poster, at the wanted poster, and then you get to see on the White Bear ship, or seeing Ace and Jinbei. Ace says, Jinbei, guess who's kid brothers on this bounty poster?" And Jinbei says, "A brat like this took down Arlong?" Of course, he's surprised because Arlong and Jinbei used to be on the same crew and all, but some stuff happened. Some pirates, by the way. Then he says, "That's right, he's my kid brother," is what he says. Then it cuts back to Kuma. What a curious twist of fate, Dragon, to think your boy would become a pirate. And remember, Kuma was keeping tabs on Luffy in his hometown, Fuchsia Village. Anyways, go back to Bonney. "Here are our ironclad rules of piracy. Plunder wherever you want from bad guys. Rob them blind, and don't help a soul unless they're really needed. Not a soul, or daddy. Yes, that's it. That's exactly how you put on lipstick. Great. I'm totally a grown up. Considering you just left the village. If you're home by yourself, you're not gonna drink. Also, put this on. Daddy might not even recognize me without something on my cheek. Next, I just gotta make a name for myself that will get his attention. Which you already did, Bonney. It just Kuma just did not exactly doesn't want to see you because of what's been going on without your knowledge. And Kuma's keeping secrets from you. On top of that, for your own safety, he's doing this all for you, nobody else, just for you. You and Jenny, nobody else. Now back into the new world at Egghead. This is unsettling, and what you see is all of the passive visas in the tube, numbered 1 through 10, or I don't know how many, but it's 1 through 10. All the pacifistas are now in tubes and ready or done, and their modifications are done, and all they need to do is just roll them out. And Kuma says, this is unsettling. And that Dr. Vegapunk, you think so? And keeps going. Their progression is going as smoothly as your own modification. Never mind that, though. Did you hear the news? Apparently some rookies declared war on the world government. So, as Vegapunk said that, this is where, when he said rookies declare war on the world government, this is around the time where Nico Robin is captured. The Straw Hats are now gone to rescue Nico Robin, and that's when Luffy declared to the world government, screw you, we're against you, and if you try to come after us, we will fight back, by the way, and kick your ass on top of that. So that's when Luffy decided to, declare war. And this is around the time where Eddie's Lobby. Yeah, Eddie's Lobby arc is where Vegapunk mentions the rookies declare war on the world government. This is around that time, or after that. It didn't get specific though, but anyways, Pond said, what? Dragon has a son? And Kuma says, if I'm going to let you study all my memories, there's no point in trying to hide. And continues, man, with rebel powers standing up to the government, what a quirk of fate. He sounds just like my idol Nika. Laughs and says, that's true. Now back on Thriller Bark, here we go. Thriller Bark scene. Thriller Bark Grand Line. The government has given me special orders to wipe all of you out. That said, I'm sure they'd be satisfied if I only brought them Straw Hat Luffy's head. Hand them over and I will spare you all your lives. And all the Straw Hats in unison together says, go to hell. And that's when he says, what a shame. And Ursha shock everything in their surrounding. And let me just tell you, that scene in anime was powerful. And what's more powerful than this? Zoro scene, the spotlight on Zoro. Zoro standing there waiting on Kuma, and Zoro says Luffy is the man who will become king of the pirates. And Kuma says, if you truly mean to take his place, you must be willing to bear all his pain and suffering yourself. This much damage might be enough to even knock me. Now, this is what they did in anime. This is the nothing happened moment. And this is where Sanji gets punched or knocked out, and Zoro stepped into the bubble, takes all the pain, and that's that nothing happened moment. Kuma, next scene, said he has exceptional friends, just as I expected of your son, Dragon. Now, next scene, this is where Sabayati Archipelago, this is where this happens. This is where everybody gets separated. This is where Luffy punches a celestial dragon. This is where they start with everything happening. Near the Sabayoti Archipelago, we are calling in all 7 warlords of the sea. If you refuse to come, you'll be forgetting your title. Quite the statement. What's the occasion? The flag bearer of the new era, Portgas D. Ace, its public execution date has been set. This will mean war with the White Bear Pirates, is what Kuma. War with not what Kuma says, but Kuma thinks war with the Whitebeard. Then Kuma says, I will be sure to arrive before the execution date. And when I say this Sabaody part, this is where everything pops off. Pelago, Where's my food? I'm wasting away here. And you just see June Bonney binge eating everything. And the scene says, Captain, the Navy will take notice if you keep causing a scene. This is the last time I'll see your face. Become a truly indomitable part. So this scene right here, or this panel right here, I didn't know that Kuma was right. They didn't show this in the end. Of course not. Why would they? That would kind of like be out of character for Kuma, and we wouldn't know any better. But now, seeing what's been going on, this is quite a shock. Because Kuma's looking through the window, and Bonney doesn't even know. So, on to the next panel. That pirate just hit a celestial dragon. They'll send a warship from Navy HQ. And Kuma is looking at the commotion and says to himself, that's the human shot. And next scene, someone attacked the celestial dragon. Who would dare do that? All of us One Piece fans know who would. And Kuma just sweat coming down his face says the whole world knows that's a taboo. And we're so close to the Navy HQ too that if any person injures the celestial dragon, that warrants a buster call or even summon an admiral. That's practically suicide. Everybody knows that. Who dares do that? Kuma pops in and he says them again, the Straw Hat Pirates. And you see Luffy punches the celestial dragon. St. Charles, thank God. I wish you can just like gear your second, punch the shit out of him, be unconscious for how many damn days or weeks, months. I don't give a damn. He deserves to get whacked, killed, sliced up, kicked, sniped, burned to death, by the way. But anyway, you just see a panel of Sora, Sanji, and even Octopus guy. Oh no, Hachi, yeah. Hachi, and you see Kuma says he did it to protect the fishman, Straw Hat. And you just see everybody, the scene, Usopp in the scene. I like Usopp's reaction. Usopp said, ah shit, no! But he says, it's treason. No one has done anything this bold for hundreds and hundreds of years. And yes, they haven't because they were scared. But until Luffy came on the scene, it was a different matter. So I'm glad he stepped up and boxed that piece of shit. Anyway, this is where the Straw Hat starts to fight the PX1 fake Kuma. And Kuma says, Dragon Avchan, I hope you can forgive me. Stop PX1. What? Another one? And Kuma says, Zoro, I didn't mean to desert you without a word. And everybody's shocked as Kuma is wiping away. This is an emotional scene. If you haven't seen this scene yet in One Piece anime, watch it again. Then watch it again. And do another one. And another one. Because this is a sad scene. Even more so by looking at this. Because Luffy says, at least I can leave my own quiet mark on the world. Well, that's not what Luffy says, but this is Kuma's thought. Through Bonney and this young boy, their future will be the only legacy I leave behind. Luffy's looking at this, and then everybody else looks at this, and Luffy just says, couldn't save any of them. The disaster on Luffy's face is seen that. Manga-wise, yes, but anime-wise, oh god, the emotional stress. Oh boy, you've got it wrong. I'm just showing you the level you have to be in the new world. You and your friends just aren't. And this is what Kuma's think to himself. Well, this is a motivation. I'm wiping you out. I'm wiping everybody you know out one by one. Just letting you know how much skill, how much power you would need before you come back here and, you know, can continue on your venture to become pirate. And he says, Kuma also says, don't go there yet. After all, you will someday save the world. Pop sends Luffy off, and we all know where Kuma send Luffy and the rest of his crew. And then next panel, install a self-destruct mechanism. Are you really that terrified of Kuma? And Garcia says,
don't complain. Isn't this terrifying status as a human weapon you're doing?
And Dr. Punk says, but you five already have the highest priority, the command anarch. And Saint Garcia says,
and if he were to somehow go rogue when not in our presence, how will anyone else stop?
He continues,
do not answer. I'm not interested in the opinions of scientists for hire.
Then in exchange for me doing that, let me keep just a touch of his ego intact. Is what Vegapunk saying to Garcia. I've invented a circuit for the brain that allows one to switch between two states of consciousness akin to a split personality. If you allow me to test it, and you know Saint Garcia or Saturn thinking his mindset, I don't give a shit about what you say. I gave you the order. Don't leave nothing behind, not his personality, nothing. I want him a weapon, a living, breathing weapon, nothing else. No personality, no nothing that. No emotions, none of that. And he says,
I give an order, Vegapunk. Erase his individuality completely. Make sure no trace of human remain or him remain. You won't be given forgiven if you don't. Remember, I too am a man of science. Any attempts to deceive me will fail.
but if we do that, Kuma won't get to reunite with Bonney. Like Saint Garcia won't give two shit Kuma wants or anybody else. This only for the government and Im Sama and shit. He won't give a shit. And back to Vegapunk. It's good to know how you feel, Vegapunk. Why I didn't think you be able to overhear. Weren't you the one who gave me a superhuman hearing? So Kuma been there, so been there listening in with superhuman capabilities that Vegapunk implanted in him. So Kuma knows, yeah, I kinda knew from the jump that he and the government didn't give two shits about me. Whatever. It's on them then. I mean, shit. Alright then, today is the day we erase your sense of individuality. Kuma, it's only been 2 years, but it was fun. And I suppose it was, Kuma says. It looking like your first assignment will be a battle with the Whitebeard pirate. So doing this process, this is, I guess, around the time is approaching. I think it's 1 day before the Whitebeard pirates are starting to attack or starting to invade the Navy HQ, but he says, I've been asked to prepare a battalion of your clone soldiers for that too. Once that's over and done with, there's something I like to program me to do, is what Kuma said. Protect the ship of the Straw Hat Pirate just until one of them returns. I like to be a stubborn guardian for their home, is what Kuma said. Since I won't be able to witness their continued growth. So he's talking about when sending everybody, to their training grounds. And then 2 years will pass and then now they will be strong enough to enter the new world. What kind of future are you dreaming of for that boy? Talking about Luffy. His actions have really moved me. I know Nika meant to be a legend, but it would be great if there really was a warrior out there putting smiles on face. Rhythm of liberation. The rhythm I taught Bonney. If there is a hero out there that would change these seas one day, I believe it will be him, is what Kuma said. So this is Kuma's final favorite. You just at least do this for me so I won't have to do all this. And just to look out for my last will, as to say. But that's not his last will though. Vegapunk says, revolutionary placing their hopes on a pirate, eh? You're backing quite the dark horse. And then goes on, that orthodox think is proof of your humanity. Alright, before we begin, remember to push out those memories for my research. Promise is a promise. And then Kuma proceeds to push out his memories. Does this effectively erase your memories? Vegapunk says. And then Kuma says, no, think of it as a copy. It will disappear when it touched though. So, when someone touches this bubble, it would instantly disappear, or you will see the memories and then afterwards it will disappear. Think of it as that. Then Vegapunk says, don't fret, I've designed a system that will allow me to take peeks without touching it. Vegapunk does have something for it just in case if someone does pop it, he can just take information one by one without touching it. So that's a good thing. Place it in here, place it in there. Okay, it's just another procedure. I have to be cylindrical about this. I'm a scientist. Kuma says, so this is my life. It's a sad scene to see. Sad scene. Father and daughter. Can you believe it? So Kuma says, talks. So this is my life. I wonder how many people have been harmed or troubled by my act. Kuma, I'll be honest, nobody has been troubled by your act. Never. Not everyone. Trouble, living is nothing without trouble, wouldn't you say? Kuma just has a flashback. His father, or his father and his mother, him running, collecting stuff. Ivankov, and then you see Jenny, and then you just see him from a kid or teen, and then to his adult or young adult, and you just see Jenny say Kumachi, Revolution Army, Kuma, and you just see next panel Kumachi, and his daughter screams father, or Bonney says father, and you just see Kuma keep running. It keeps from child to a young adult to adult. And then it cuts to the last panel to Kuma running, keeps running. I can cure her. I'm so grateful. Thank goodness. And this scene just broke. Oh no, this scene broke. Last panel. Your life hasn't caused anyone harm or trouble, but your death will pain everyone who loves you. Listen well, Kuma. You are a hero too. Not only for Bonney, but for everyone you ever met. Kuma says, thank you. There's just one last thing, Vegapunk. And Vegapunk pulls down the lever. Yeah, I know. I can't say how grateful I am. And you just see everybody, hands folded, praying, saying goodbye. You got Satomaru there. I think that's the scientist and marine. Vegapunk crying. And he finally pushes down the lever. And Kuma's final thought, thank you for saving Bonnie's life. If you see her again, could you? And you just see the panel of Kuma going blank, completely eyes blank, no emotion. All his humanity is gone. Except for that favor that Vegapunk. He told Vegapunk to do. Tell her something for, and you just see what happened when Bonnie saw that bubble. Was in that Kuma's memories. Please wish her a happy 10th birthday. Whew. His daughter is the only thing in his heart and mind. This broke me. I don't know about you, but this painfully saddens my heart. Okay, so clarification. So during the war, this all ends. This is a part where Kuma loses his individuality and he storms off to battle Whitebeard or Whitebeard's crew. The war. This is it. That's it. Does it say when timelines match up? This is it. Sad. I think after this chapter, we'll probably go back to Egghead art. Don't know if this is going to continue if we're going to do another flashback, but boy, this flashback hit hard, guy. Man, oh man. Oh, this hit hard, seeing the father and daughter. And now we know what Bonnie saw in the bubble. His memory. And man, who knew Kuma was doing all of this shit while still doing government and warlord, seven warlords missions and shit. Just doing all this. And he died. And he thought of this all while traveling. So, oh, what am I gonna do? I guess I pin my hopes on Dragon's son. I guess I send him off training. I mean, that's the least I can do. I mean, I'm gonna lose my individuality, my soul, human soul. I'm gonna lose all, become a mindless killing robot. So I might as well do this last ditch effort and send the Straw Hats to their training grounds and wait 2 years until one of them gets here, and that'll be my mission complete. What do you guys think? Who had the most tragic backstory in one? It has to be Kuma. It has to be Kuma. Nobody else. Because when they animate this scene, holy shit. They're probably gonna make this scene the most, the saddest scene in One Piece anime history. I guarantee it. I guarantee. Because this hit hard in the manga. Who knows what lengths they will go in the anime. But thank you for watching. Subscribe and like this video if you like. And see you guys next adventure.